Welcome again to Disciple Parenting. My name is Ben Martin. I'm a pastor at Pioneer Memorial Church here in Berrien Springs, Michigan. And the purpose of this channel is to talk about how, as parents, we can be more intentional in discipling our kids. Because so often it's so easy to get caught up in all the things going on that we forget the big picture. What is our ultimate goal as parents? What's our ultimate goal as disciples of Jesus ourselves? And so if that's something you're interested in, I invite you to subscribe. Also, when you click that like button, it helps grow this channel. And so it's one way you can contribute to getting this message out. But in this video, we are going to talk specifically about what is the purpose of parenting as a Christian. What is our primary objective? What is the goal that we're trying to reach? So let's get into it. As parents, there are so many different things that could easily be categorized as a goal. I mean, you want your kids to have good behavior. You want your kids to be intelligent. You want them to succeed. But what is that ultimate goal? I mean, it's so easy to focus and fixate on all of these little details along the way that we miss what it is that we ultimately really, truly want to achieve. As I was reading through 3 John this week, I stumbled across this verse here. It is 3 John, verse 4. I have no greater joy than to hear my children walk in truth. I mean, honestly, that's the bottom line, isn't it? I have no greater joy than to hear my children walk in truth. Isn't that ultimately what we want for our kids? Is to be able to say at the end of the day, my children walk in truth. What does that mean, though? Well, I mean, there's a couple things that you can find packed in there. First of all, they know the truth. As a parent, it is our job to pass on that truth. That is the goal of every disciple, to make more disciples by passing on the truth. It's embedded in the Great Commission, teaching them all things I have commanded you. So as a parent, we want to instill the truth in our kids, beliefs about God. We want to pass on the things we know. So we need to know more about God so that we have more to pass on. But the second thing is we want them to walk in truth. You guys, if we're honest about a goal, as a parent, as a disciple of Jesus Christ, we want to teach other people to live in accordance with that truth. Belief is not enough. We don't want to separate our actions from our beliefs. Our behavior and our beliefs need to coincide, giving us a more holistic Christianity. That's what we want for our kids. Easier said than done. Because if you want to teach your children how to live truth, you've got to live it. You've got to know what you believe, and you've got to live what you believe. So, my question for you is that your ultimate goal? If it is, there are probably some ways you need to line up your behavior and your beliefs right now. What are the things you're doing that don't fit with what you believe? Also, what are the things you believe that you don't really believe? Let me unpack that for a moment. So often we have our beliefs, but we don't own them ourselves. And the teenage years are quite a bit about this. Like, it's this transition from your parents' beliefs to your beliefs. But sometimes we don't fully work those through ourselves. And we say like, oh yeah, no, I believe that, but we don't truly take ownership of it. But if we're going to pass it on to our kids, then the first thing we need to do is take ownership of our beliefs ourselves. And so my first challenge for you is know what you believe. Think through your belief system. Think through what it is. Study the Bible, study these things anew and say, is this what I believe? Is this where I am? If you have questions, push through those questions until you are confident in the answers. And second of all, then once you have that belief system and that structure set, that's when you start aligning your behavior. Like, is the way I'm treating people, does that fit into the belief structure of who I believe God is? Am I spending my time, my money, my energy in doing things that support my beliefs? Because if we truly want, at the end of the day, to be able to say, I have no greater joy than my children walk in truth, then we've got to model that for them right here, right now. So my challenge for you as parents is twofold. First of all, know what you believe. And second of all, live in those beliefs. I know this is not easy, but that's what we've got to commit to if we are going to raise up the next generation to be disciples for Jesus Christ, totally sold out on Him. Are you willing to take that challenge? Are you willing to join me in this effort to aligning our beliefs with God, with what the Bible actually says, and then aligning our behavior with those beliefs? Let's do this thing. Next week's video, you're not going to want to miss, because I believe that our relationships with our kids are important for end time events. I believe that actually our relationship with our parents is part of our salvation. We're going to get into that next week. So if you don't want to miss that video, click subscribe and you'll get it. When you click that bell notification, you can be notified every time a new video comes out. I'm going to put a video out every single Friday unless something catastrophic comes. But that is my goal. That's my intention, to create more and more videos so that we can better understand how, as parents, we can disciple our kids. We'll see you next week.